Yo, what was going on, guys? PB43, YT here, and
Orange blooded.
we're here with a new podcast channel. I think we're gonna start it named Hud and Judd, but we're not totally sure yet. But what we're gonna be doing on this channel is we're gonna be talking about all the transactions that are going on, like all the recent games. Like today, we're gonna be talking about Le'Veon Bell, Thursday Night Football, Sunday matchups, and some other stuff that we will get into. So we're gonna start with the Le'Veon Bell drama. So all you guys know, he did not show up on Tuesday before 4 o'clock. So that means he is no longer part of the Steelers, and he cannot become a free agent next year. So I think that it's like I'm a Steelers fan, and I absolutely hate Le'Veon Bell right now because we have James Conner, who's putting up better stats right now than he has ever than Le'Veon Bell's ever done, and we're winning way more with Le'Veon Bell. What do you think about it?
I disagree, man. Le'Veon Bell, he's been fantastic for the past few years. I mean, the only other running back that's done better than him is Tom Brady. The whole situation was a mess. Obviously, he didn't want to be there, and he probably wasn't wanted there. But it's all up to Connor now. You guys were doing good without him, but with the pressure off, will you guys play better, or will you play worse, knowing that Le'Veon Bell isn't coming back?
That's a good question though. But tomorrow at 1 o'clock we going against the Jaguars, so that's our first week without all the Le'Veon Bell drama. So we're gonna see how we do. I think we are at home, so that'll be interesting to see. But now let's go ahead and jump into Thursday Night Football. So he's gonna start off with the Seahawks. So what do you think about the Seahawks performance?
It's a great matchup on Thursday night. Seahawks beat the Packers 27-24. Seahawks played good against a good team who played good against the Rams, but obviously they're starting to decline now. Russell Wilson led a great rally at the end. They're able to keep their playoff hopes alive in a must-win situation. They played in division with the Rams and in a conference with the Saints, looking good, very good. Panthers, Bears, all ascending, trying to get to the playoffs, and they're trying to fight their wild card right now. So ESPN and FBI has them finishing 4-2 for the rest of the season. That'll put them at 9-7. And yeah, they gotta fight for that wild card. They could do it.
Yeah, they could. I mean, they gotta be able to stay strong, and they gotta have some big.
Russell Wilson's doing good.
Yeah, they're gonna have to stay hot. But as for the Packers, the playoffs, I think they're out of the question. They have a losing record now. They have two teams that are ahead of them in the division, with the Vikings with I believe 6-2-1, and the Bears, who are hot right now at 6-3, and they are way behind in the hunt. They're gonna need the Vikings to get some huge losses. The Bears, the Redskins, the Panthers, and some like bigger teams that are 6-3, they are going to need to get them. They need to get some key losses for them. But as for Aaron Rodgers, how much does he really have left in the tank? He is getting older now. He's had a great season, but I mean, how much does he have left in the tank? It looks like McCarthy is on, like the Packers coach right now. McCarthy is on the hot seat right now with the Packers with a losing record, and they did not make the playoffs last year. Of course, Aaron Rodgers was injured, but still, they did not make the playoffs. But are the Packers setting up for a rebuild? I mean, that is a question that will be answered this offseason.
You mentioned Aaron Rodgers getting old. Drew Brees is 39, and he's an MVP candidate. So Aaron Rodgers can definitely continue to play at his level.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the Sunday matchup predictions. So we're going to start off with the Titans and the Colts. Who do you got for that one?
We got an AFC South matchup. Each team looking hot, but I got the Colts winning 24-20, and Andrew Luck continues to look good. Comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I'm going the Titans for this one because the Titans just came off a huge win against the Patriots. They are 5-4. They just absolutely blew the Patriots out of the water at home. They have so much confidence running in. So I have the Titans beating the Colts 31-17.
Bucs Giants. Two rebuilding teams. The Giants coming off a dub against the 49ers. I got Giants winning 28-24. Eli Manning trying to keep his season alive.
As he did say, they are both very struggling. But I do see a very low-scoring game, a very defensive game. I have the Giants beating the Buccaneers 17-10. Now they're going to the Steelers and Jaguars. The Steelers are very hot right now, coming off a huge win against the Panthers on Thursday Night Football last week, 52-21. And Roethlisberger is hot, James Conner is hot, Juju's hot, and Antonio is hot. So I don't see any stopping the Steelers right now, coming off 5 in a row. The Jags have lost 5 in a row, and it's just not looking good for them right now. So I have the Steelers winning 34-24.
Steelers on a 5-game win streak, dismantling the Panthers, and the Jags are rapidly decreasing, with Bortles actually getting worse. Steelers winning 38-24. We got Panthers-Lions, my team, Panthers. We need a bounce-back win against the Lions after getting dismantled by the Steelers last week. But I got Carolina winning 31-17, away on the road in Detroit. Get the ball to Christian McCaffrey.
I do see the Panthers absolutely dismantling the Lions this week. The Lions are a very struggling team. Christian McCaffrey, no one has an answer for him, so I see the Panthers running all over the Lions and beating the Lions 31-10. I'm going to the Cowboys versus Falcons. The Falcons just came off a huge loss to the Browns, at the Brown Stadium. So they did lose by 12 points. And Julio Jones did get a touchdown now, but I just don't see them bouncing back from that after the Cowboys' huge division win against the Eagles on Sunday Night Football last week. So I do see the Cowboys winning 27-21 against the Falcons.
Falcons did lose last week, but they're also very consistent. Even the Cowboys coming off a win against the defending Super Bowl champions, while Falcons need bounce back after losing to the Browns. But I have Atlanta winning 28-24. We got Bengals-Ravens. RG3 or Lamar Jackson is the question in Baltimore right now, with Joe Flacco doubtful. But the Bengals can't handle the inexperienced QBs. I got Bengals winning 31-28.
Yeah, the Baltimore is in a very tough spot right now with John Harbaugh on the hot seat right now, and you got the quarterback situation is a mess. So I do see the Bengals, whoever it is, RG3 or Lamar Jackson, I do see them stopping them. But it will be a tight game because it is a rival AFC North matchup. But I do see the Bengals winning 27-24. Now we have the Texans versus Redskins. We have a Texans team who has won 6 in a row, coming off a huge win last week, and the Redskins, who are very, very inconsistent. They're up and down. They beat the Bucs 16-3 in a very boring game last week. But this game, I do see the Texans winning a close game, 34-27, with the last-second touchdown.
You're right. Hot Houston team versus a back-and-forth Redskins team. I got Texas winning 28-21. Deshaun Watson continues to dazzle. We got Raiders-Cardinals. Two struggling teams, and Gruden is just not working out in Oakland as the Raiders are sitting at 1-8, bottom of their division, with the Cardinals at 2-7. But I have Arizona winning 17-10.
Yeah, this game is going to be, in my opinion, a very boring game. You got a rebuilding Raiders team right now with John Gruden, a mess right now. You got the Cardinals, who are not anything special either. But I do see a very, very boring game. But I do see the Cardinals coming out and stomping all over the struggling Raiders, 21-3. Now jumping into AFC West rival matchup, Chargers versus the Broncos. The Chargers, in my opinion, are the most balanced AFC team in the NFL right now, with a great defense. And not only a great defense and a great offense as well, with Philip Rivers having the year of his life, Melvin Gordon having the year of his life, Keenan Allen having a great year. But I do see the Chargers coming on top of this one, 28-17.
When it's ended for weeks, the Chargers are the best all-around team in the AFC. They have a great defense with a good offense, with their three key players, Melvin Gordon, Philip Rivers, and Keenan Allen, looking hot. They might have a flashy O that the Chiefs or Rams have, but don't sleep on an all-LA Super Bowl. Chargers win 38-28. Eagles-Saints, a hot Saints team versus the struggling Eagles. Philly will try to get back on track, while New Orleans will look to add to their 8-game win streak. Saints win 35-24. Drew Brees continues to make a statement for MVP.
Eagles are struggling right now. They did come off a huge loss in Sunday Night Football versus the rival Cowboys. So that is they shot themselves in the foot right there. And the Saints are super hot right now, coming off a huge win with the Rams a couple weeks ago. The Rams are just absolutely demolished the Bengals last week, winning 52-14, something like that. It was absolutely insane. But I do see the Saints coming on top of this one with a pretty decent scoring game from Drew Brees, throwing about 3 or 4 touchdowns, and Alvin Kamara is going to step up. So they are going to win 38-21. Now the Vikings and Bears. This is another divisional game. This is a huge game for the NFC North, with you got two teams tied for first place right now with the Vikings and the Bears. The Vikings are very hot. The Bears are very hot. But I do see Jordan Howard for the Bears stepping up and coming out of nowhere and scoring a last-second touchdown to put the Bears on top 24-21.
A big NFC North showdown on Sunday Night Football prime time. And we'll see the Bears are actually first in their division, with the Vikings trailing. The Bears will look to continue to make a statement for the playoffs, while the Vikings are trying to claim first place in the North. Bears win 34-31. We got a game of the season, Monday Night Football, ESPN. Rams versus Chiefs. Two hot teams squaring off Monday night in what could be the best game of the season and possibly a Super Bowl preview. Two of the three best offenses in the nation ready to do battle. The Rams to start out 8-0. Jared Goff threw lights out, earning an MVP talk, and Todd Gurley continues to do what he's been doing for the past 2 seasons, and that's just running over defenses. Then they lose to the Saints. On a last-second 7-yard touchdown to Michael Thomas, Marcus Peters just got beat to the route, and then they escape Seattle with a close win. Wilson looking good on them. And so do you think this Rams team can handle the Chiefs? Yes, they can. I think they can because they have an offense of their own. The Chiefs are flashy with Patrick Mahomes on fire, but the Rams can keep up with them. And in the end, the Rams defense can hold the Chiefs, but the Chiefs defense won't be able to hold it. Even with Cup out, it's still Jared Goff can get it playmakers, Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods. Todd Gurley's going to do what he keeps on doing. Great game Monday night, but the Rams can hold the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are a great team. Don't get me wrong about that, but they're just all offense. They have they have a very bad defense. But the Rams, they have a great defense. I don't know if I don't know if their offense can keep up with the Chiefs' offense. Patrick Mahomes is having the year of his life. It's only the second year, but he's having an insane year. But the Chiefs have an absolutely terrible run defense. So I do not know if they will have an answer for Todd Gurley. So I do see the Rams coming on top 38-31, but if the Chiefs want to have a chance in this game, they're going to need to have Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, and Sammy Watkins all step up. So Celtics versus Raptors. Wow, as a Celtics fan, this is a huge, huge win for us. But the story of the night for the Celtics is Kyrie Irving, who absolutely crushed the Raptors with 43 points and 11 assists last night in an overtime win versus the Raptors. But don't sleep on Kawhi Leonard. He had 31 points and 15 rebounds. But his efforts were not enough to come to the win against the rival Celtics. But Gordon Hayward did have some clutch free throws and a mid-range shot. But overall, very much-needed win for the Celtics.
Well, it's like another big game on ESPN was the Bucks and the Bulls. Bulls came out shooting in the first half, taking an 18-point lead into halftime. Then the Greek Freak showed up. Bucks came back with Giannis scoring 23 and grabbing 13 boards. This shows that Giannis can control the game if he wants to. The Bucks are able to come back, actually winning by 19 points, putting the East on notice like they have all year. Eric Bledsoe also had a good night, contributing 25 points of his own to help the Bucks win. The East is competing for the West for best teams material, as the top 5 of the conference all look very good at the start of the season. First is the Raptors, who started out hot, 12-1, but now they're on a 3-game losing streak after losing the Celtics last night in overtime. I will say that Lowry, Leonard, and the rest of the Raptors are meshing. They are just perfect. They're all fit and clicking together. And the Bucks are continuing to do good as well. They had a good comeback win last night. Giannis is my early season MVP so far. He's doing good. Celtics had a huge confidence boost last night after beating the Raptors in overtime. Kawhi's showing out too, but they sit at 9-6. They need to make a run. But early season, plenty of games left. Pacers looking good too. Victor Oladipo, man, he's on fire. And they can make a statement too when it comes to the end of the season. But then again, you got the 76ers. They're a good enough team with Embiid on fire. Ben Simmons looking good. And then they went and got Jimmy Butler. They won their game last night. I'm sure they played. I forgot. But Jimmy Butler, this could allow the Sixers to make a run of their own for the top, which they could definitely do.
They did beat the Jazz last night by 6 points.
Yeah, Jazz.
So now in the West, you got KD and Draymond Green. We got some more drama between them. We did see some drama last year between them, but nothing as serious as this. Apparently, Draymond had told KD, leave. We don't need you, and we won without you. And KD in the huddle supposedly said, this is why I'm out. So this is not a good sign for Warriors fans, or is it just drama like reporters are making drama, making rumors? We don't know. But what does the future look like for the Warriors? The Warriors are an insane team. Basically, lock up an NBA championship every year that those guys are together. Even with KD, they could win a championship because we saw them do it 2 years ago against the Cavs. But honestly, like the Warriors, if they lose KD, because he's a free agent next year, and Draymond's a free agent next year, and Klay Thompson's free agent next year. So if at least 2 of those guys come out, you got KD rumored to go to the Pelicans, you got Draymond rumored to go to the Lakers. Klay Thompson can probably go lead his own team if he wants to. But Steph Curry is not going to leave. He's there to stay. But are the Warriors going to shoot down? And are we going to see a new top team in the West and new NBA champions? I guess we will see that's offseason.
I don't know. Warriors they've been breaking apart the early season for the past few years now, but they ended with champions. But the Dubs didn't get the dub against Houston a few nights ago with Harden and company spinning out a 107-86 win. James Harden contributing 27 points of his own, helped the Rockets beat the Warriors. This also shows how the Dubs have now lost against the Clippers with the whole Draymond Green thing at the end of the thing. Then they suspended Green and they go and they beat the Hawks, and then Draymond comes back and they lose to the Rockets. What a situation going on with KD and Draymond and the greatest dynasty of all time. Is it time for the boy band to dismantle?
That was a very good question that hopefully we will see an answer within the next few years. But hopping on to the MLB awards have come out within this past week. So for the AL MVP, we have Mookie Betts, of course. NL MVP, Christian Yelich. Honestly, I disagree with that. I think Javi Baez for the Cubs should be the NL MVP. I feel like he had a great season. Of course he did. He's an MVP candidate, but he's a great leader, very clutch player. That's just my personal opinion. The AL Cy Young Award, Blake Snell for the Rays. He had a great season, led the AL and ERA and strikeouts and wins, but he had a great year. But as a Red Sox fan, I think it's absolute outrage that Chris Sale wasn't even a nominee. I think that's a bunch of baloney. But the NL, we had see, we had Jacob deGrom with the NL. I'm surprised Max Scherzer wasn't even in the talk, but he did have a great year. But Jacob deGrom was just lights out.
Yeah, DeGrom did good. Scherzer also had a great season. It's always and Scherzer was actually a candidate. He could have won. He's been fantastic past few years. But heading into free agency, Bryce Harper and Manny Machado, the big talk. We got two great MLB players on the move as Harper denied a $300 million contract with the Nationals. Obvious that he wants to move, and Machado has not done anything with the Dodgers. But where could these two go? I've heard Philly, how Philly could get both. They have their payroll sits an estimated $115 million, and the only commitments past 2020 are Abdul Herrera and Scott Kingery. Sign them both, and you don't risk not signing either. It's according to ESPN. I mean, that would just be crazy if they ended up getting both. I'm a big Braves fan. The Phillies are in the same division as us. That would not be good. I've also heard Rockies, Tigers, and more. It really is all up to what these players decide. Stay tuned. This could be an interesting offseason in the MLB.
Yeah, do not sleep on the Phillies. They have been a very quiet team these past few seasons, but they've been saving up, and they could easily pull the trigger on some of these players if these players want to come. They have a lot of money, and with Bryce Harper, as he's mentioned, a 10-year contract for $300 million. That is a long contract. It's obvious he does not want to spend his whole career or much longer at all in Washington. But that's wrap it up for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, definitely make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications so you get notified every time we do upload a video. We are planning to upload every Saturday and maybe even start streaming if we get big enough. But hopefully you guys did enjoy. We spent a very long time working on this. What do you have to say about this?
It's fun. I like talking about this.
Yeah, this is like both what we want to do, and we're just getting started early. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. So definitely leave us some feedback on what you guys think about it. Yep. See you guys in the next one.